Hey, Spuddies, Potato McWhiskey here, and welcome back to Battlestar Galactica Scattered Hopes. We've done 2 runs, one of which was successful. I'm going to be jumping into our 3rd run here. We have unlocked some new stuff, like the ability to increase our chances of getting legendary items, which I do like the idea of buffing up. I kind of feel like it would be good if we focused on making sure we have a lot of resources at the start of a run. I feel like that's the sort of thing that could snowball pretty well. Let's see, all items, all hero traits, and all squadron abilities will be higher rarity. I think we definitely want to take that. In fact, I might take 2 ranks of that, because that's a pretty good ability to have more rare options. And also having a higher rank on heroes is useful throughout the game. But then I'm just going to go ahead and grab myself a little bit more scrap, a little bit more supply, a little bit more Tillium. Oh wow, you can get a lot of Tillium. Okay, that's fantastic. And then I'll put in the Athena tactics anyway. So we've maxed out a few of these bonuses, which are really going to help us when we're starting to get into things. So we've cleared out our favors. Let's go ahead and jump in. I've played 2 runs as the Wanderers now, and we have unlocked Extinction 1. In theory. And there's a few abilities here that we could learn. I think what I would like to do is to try out one of these other ship types. We've got the Convoy, which is an Atlanta class Gunstar, which is protecting a defense ship and an industry ship. So the defense ship destroys an enemy missile every 20 seconds, and the Moonfarer is an industry ship that has a really high chance of giving you a nuke. Now the Artemis, there's a way to see its potentials here. Yeah, you can see it actually can only have up to 3 squadron docks, but it starts with 3 weapon controls and can go up to 5. The downside is though, similarly, its hull reinforcement doesn't go quite as high. So this is definitely much more of a weapon dock control ship. Now it also has the long range predictor, which is that squadrons will do extra damage while they're at least 200 TU from the Gunstar. They'll do neutral damage between 100 and 200 TU, and they'll do reduced damage if they're 100 TU or less away. But the upside of this is all Gunstar weapons cool down 30% faster and have an extra 25% range. So I really feel like this could be a very interesting fleet to make use of, especially because you start off with the Mantis fighter and the Testudian, as well as the explosive missile launcher, the repeating EM cannon, and of course a nuclear launcher. So I think we're gonna go ahead and jump in on the Convoy, and we're just gonna learn how to play. I'm still playing on normal difficulty because I still feel like I'm getting to grips with the gameplay. As we kind of level up our fate abilities, I will start playing on harder difficulties and stuff. So we can choose between Omicron Elegia, which would give us metal-rich asteroids, mining rig, and a refinery wreck, or we can go here for a supply depot. I think getting crew members early is so powerful that I feel like I'm going to go to Zindi here, because early crew gives you so much flexibility in the strategy phase in between missions that it's like just such a huge boon. So human civilization is almost wiped out in a single day by the Cylons, and we're part of what remains. The Marines shot a hydroponic farmer. They thought it was a Cylon. Workers are afraid of the Marines, and they're afraid of me. What are they expecting? A trial? None of the Marines in this Gunstar would accept that. We're all afraid, Samuel. Goals to reach Commander Adama. How we do it is entirely in the hands of the Commander. So I can upset the workers and make the military stronger, or I can make the workers stronger. I think having the workers be stronger is important. Let's have a look. So we have... my passengers are a little bit panicked. We will be able to soothe them. Now something that's interesting is these ships don't seem to have critical hit points. So does that mean that in the R&D lab we're actually starting with critical systems insulation? Oh wow, yeah we are. That is very powerful. Let's go ahead and pick up a hero. We're going to get a rare uncommon quality hero, and I think I'll make use of my XO to do this. This gets us Ionis Levi, who is a vicious shooter. Okay, actually quite useful to get a gun operator. We do have an opportunity clicking off here. Some of the officers are requesting compensation for having worked overtime. They'd like additional food stamps. 2 supplies really isn't that much, so I'm okay with that. Now we have 3 heroes here. This guy is a vicious shooter, so the Gunstar weapon gains 20% damage. That's quite useful. Let's have a look at the bar. We could discuss a special perk with our CAG. They escaped the skin of the teeth and they want to pay for our thing. So we can gain we can improve one of our squadrons, we can gain resources, or we can buy a squadron. I think let's improve a squadron. Let's make a squadron slightly better. I think that's cool. So which one did that improve, I wonder? I do not know. Nothing seemed to have happened. I do not understand. I guess in theory I can get 9 supplies here, so I could clear both of these without using hero actions. So let's get our 9 supplies, and we'll use our CAG to get those. We burnt a little bit of Tilium. I think that's worth it. We could choose to try to level up this ship. This would lower the cooldown of this missile intercept, or we could upgrade the industry ship. I think I would prefer to spend my resources. Let's have a look. Fleet logistics, hull reinforcement. All squadrons gain 20% speed every time an enemy unit is destroyed by a Gunstar. That's up to a 60% speed boost. Honestly, being able to deploy 2 squadrons would be a significant boost for our ship, and so that's what I'm going to go ahead and go for. And I'll use some... You know what? We have the hero actions. Let's use them. We get experience for it. We have an opportunity. Workers on the Azure Walker have a request. They need building material, so I can give them some building material. This would probably lead to the workers being upset with me, potentially, so I think I'll let the workers get stronger. I think I'm okay with that. We have to try and keep our factions happy. We'll use a hero action on this to clear this. That's fine. It would be nice to level up the defense ship, as the extra 60% hull plus the ability for it to destroy missiles would be quite handy. Okay, so the CIC needs you. We've got a new crisis triggering, caught red-handed. We've got a new crisis. Artillery tanks are faulty. We tried to fix ourselves. Perhaps your team can find a resolution. I see nothing out of the ordinary apart from small leaks. Well, I think the leaks could get bigger, and soon. If you don't intervene, I'll ask the underworld to step in. But how does she know bigger leaks are coming, and why did she mention the underworld? So this is a bit of a problem. This would massively upset my military and workers and make the underworld powerful. You know what? Let's bypass this and let things go, so that we don't have to spend hero actions on it. So that we can bypass that, and we can try to repair the relationships that we have with the workers and stuff later. So we've got nothing we can investigate. We could focus on trying to level this ship up, or we could focus on trying to make sure that we have resources for the future. One thing that could be really useful is, I'm trying to remember, well, we don't know where we're going to jump yet. We have a decent amount of supplies. So I think I'm going to do some scrapping. Here's another opportunity. The underworld is offering us something. One of my heroes seems extra excited. Promise to foot the bill if I shoot down a specific number of raiders. You might churn so only how to steal came to pass. If I do this, it will make our R&D costs significantly cheaper. So we'll lose 15% cost to all R&D lab upgrades for 2 sectors if we shoot down a specific number of enemy raiders. And it has to be Themis Garcia, who is normally not flying a ship, but she has special flight authorization. Well, let's go to the hangar. And I reckon I'll put her into the Mantis. So the Mantis is a fighter with 150 base health. It has Berserk mode, which for 6 seconds it'll fire twice as fast but have 0 evasion. Sure, I'll put her in there. In the Testudo, I'll put my CAG. So my CAG has chasing formation, which gives all allied units plus 4% speed per hero level, as long as he's in a deployed squadron. In terms of my weapons, where do I want my XO? So XO gives Gunstar damage resistance per level, and this guy gives extra damage. In theory, he could increase the damage of our nukes by 20%. I don't know if we need that. The repeating EM cannon, do we need that to do more damage? I think the AoE EX missile launcher could be really useful if it did just that little bit more damage. It would be able to punch through certain things. So I think I'm going to put my vicious shooter on that, and then I'll put the XO on the repeating EM cannon. I'll harvest a little bit of scrap. We might get another opportunity. Then let's do an extra Tilium. Tilium is one of those things that you can burn through pretty quick. All right, we've got a Dratus contact. Let's go. Can't really change anything about our setup. So we can either go to Rhea, which has a bit of equipment. We go to the asteroid, which has an item. So we can get scrap, supply, and a weapon, or scrap, supply, Tilium, and a passive ship module. I think it'd be cool to get a passive ship module this early into a run. It could make a big difference over the course of an entire run. Whereas we already have 2 pretty decent weapons. So this is a Hydra class frigate. It's a bombardier. So every 10 seconds, 1 unit will gain 100% damage, but has longer cooldowns. And they have silent armored missiles, which means they have 100% max hull. So we are going to need to be a little bit careful about enemy missiles. So my hotkeys are Squadron 1, 2, this is 6, this is 7. Let's go. So we've got a squadron of raiders. We do need the Mantis to get some of those kills. I'm going to use the Testudo because it's slightly slower. I'm going to have it play slightly more back in this sort of a zone, in the 100 to 200, whereas I'm going to try to have the Mantis play out in the beyond the 200 zone. Alright, that's one enemy taken down. Let's queue up for the next. We don't have Berserk available. Let's move the Testudan over. Beautiful. Yeah, we'll save our repeating cannons. Like, if we can clear enemies, then we should. I'm wondering if heroes assigned to weapons can get level ups. So let's fire a missile there. Anti-missile ship triggered, which is awesome. Let's get both these guys back. Yeah, we've got some Raiders and Tempests coming in. I'll get my fighter on the Tempests and my support ship on the Raiders. Right, fighter on the Tempest, support ship on the Raiders. I think that makes a lot of sense to me. Alright, repeating EM cannon, do its job. Beautiful. That's fantastic, actually. The way it clears stuff out like that. Although we do want to try to get experience on these guys. Get on the Tempest. Get over here to clear the Raiders. Fire the missile there. Move you back. Tap him, then hit him. Lovely. I love the tactical micromanagement. There's something very satisfying about it. Alright, we gotta take out some Tempests here. We can use the repeating EM cannon to take out most of the Raiders when they come into the zone. Like so. But the Tempests we definitely need to target down. Let's go ahead and undeploy our ships in preparation for getting the hell out of here. I don't think it's worth it to stay unless you're really confident that you can like farm a bunch of experience. I think you're better off just getting out of here. And so the second that the Testudan is in, I'm going to be jumping. Testudan has crashed. Let's get out of here. Alright, beautiful. I'd say that was a very clean battle. We could level this guy up with 15 experience, we could gain some scrap, or we could get the Testudan some experience. This wouldn't level up the Testudan, so I don't think we necessarily need it. 30 scrap is pretty decent. I think we'll go for the level up on Ning, as that can have potential long-term implications for us. Checking fleet status. The silence keep finding us. Dratus screen. The many fleets in sector. Dead fleet. Signs of intense fights. Pick up mayday signals looping. Nobody's answering. Means we're getting close to something important. The entire CSE looks at you as you sleepwalked into the room. The commander's right. The Cylons must want to stop us from reaching something. A quick nod to thank your XO, and you shake your head. You feel exhausted, but a small part of you finds the situation exciting, as if you were going back home. Interesting. Okay. Ning is ready to level up. Now, he's a CAG. Every time a crisis is resolved, the assigned squadron gains +5 health every 5 seconds for the duration of the next battle. The effect is cumulative. Bypassing does not count. Scattering shot. Every time the assigned Gunstar weapon destroys a unit, there's a 33% chance to obtain scrap, but the weapon suffers minus damage. Or one for all heroes gain 25% experience every time they resolve a situation, or POI. Early into the game, this is actually really powerful, so I think we're going to go ahead and pick that up. The crisis is going to happen quite late into this move. So let's see, we can play Pyramid with one of our heroes. We can negotiate with the Underworld, or we can play cards with the Workers. Playing cards with the Workers would be great because we could potentially improve our relationship with them. So we can slightly improve it, or we can spend 4 supplies to greatly improve it. I think we live with slightly improving because now it's... Oh, wow, we actually managed to get it back to fair. That's fantastic. So the Workers are back on board. We have some Tillium that we could grab. Let's pick up this auxiliary system. I'll use my XO to do it. because this will level up my XO. A little bit of experience, plus we got the heavy reloader. All Gunstar weapons reload 10% faster, but they start the battle with their cooldown at 0 instead of 50%. That's actually really good. Over the course of a battle, this adds up to a great power boost. We have a new opportunity. This happens because the Underworld's influence is higher than the Workers. The Underworld has boarded my ship, the Azir Walker. Seems like they're heading towards a Workers market. Got a bad feeling about this one. We can't intervene every time these two groups interact, sir. They may have a complicated relationship. I think we need to protect the Workers. This is risky, but I feel that the appropriate thing to do is to protect the Workers. I don't think we should allow a faction to basically lord it over another one. Okay, so our XO, let's see, Trophy Hunter. Ooh, gain +1 supplies every time a squadron destroys a heavy raider. That's actually really, really good. Problem is, though, that I want this guy to be on the guns. So basic trigonometry feels more appropriate, especially for the missile, if they're on the missile. I'm going to avoid this at the cost of some hero health. I'm going to use my Chief Tech. She lost 2 health, but she did level up. Okay, gain +2 fleet health every time our base resource is spent in fleet management. That one actually feels quite good. It means that fleet health, we get a little bit of fleet health back passively, which means we don't have to like focus on it. I think I would like, so let's see. The difference between using a hero on the refinery and not using a hero is huge. Whereas like it's not so big for the supplies and it's quite big for the scrap. So I think I'm going to do Tilium and scrap and then just do the supplies normally. So that should be net 3 Tilium there, plus some experience on Levi. We do have an opportunity. Happens because the Underworld's influence is high. A generous amount of scrap is being offered by the Underworld. They want to show their appreciation for the amount of the relationship they have, how they got it, the mystery, but we should accept. So if I accept it, their power will increase. Let's go for it. 90 scrap is quite a bit. Then let's go ahead and use a hero action to, well, first let's double check. Oh, wow. Okay, so this guy got some legendaries. Every time a unit is destroyed with an assigned Gunstar weapon, all allied units restore 25 hull points. That is insane. Galvanized is also insane. Both of these are all of these are ridiculously good. This one, though, the hero action points are like a real problem for me that I've ran into. But I like the idea of making this guy into like a giga weapons guy. All right, so we're going to clear the scrap as well with Panagos. Now, he won't level out of this. He'll get a little bit of experience. It's fine. And then I think we're just going to normally do the supply run. And it would be nice to start leveling up the Azir Walker again, because getting that missile destruction cooldown is really useful. It's just like, it basically is like, it adds an extra shot every now and again. But then again, artillery reserves are only down to 6. So that's kind of, it's not what I would consider to be low, but it is lower than my other ones. So I think I will work on Tilium actually. Now we have a crisis firing. It's a military struggle because our relationship with the military is low. Samuel Geck has been studying a report in silence for the last few minutes. Whatever he's about to share can't be good. Some army equipment has gone missing. Bunch of scrap. My guess is it's inside job. Someone in the military is behind this. I have connections with the staff down there. We could pay informants to keep an eye out. Bribe the thieves. Come on, get serious. We need to arrest them. This will hurt our supply income, but I think I'm okay with that rather than losing scrap every 3 turns. So I'm going to go ahead and bypass this crisis. Managed to grease a few palms, but at least the thefts should stop. Okay. Sometimes you have to put our pride aside and be pragmatic. By the gods, the Cylon really did change us, didn't they? Didn't? I don't know if I read that right. Okay, so I think we made it through this. We could R&D lab. I think next sector I would probably want... I definitely want at least level 1 medbay if I can get it, but not until next sector. Level 2 medbay would be quite handy. I'd be able to keep my hero health up passively, but I think we are going to just harvest Tilium until the time comes. I think it's very important that we have lots of resources. Okay, Draeda's contact. I think everyone is assigned in the ways that they should be. I do need to be careful not to get Garcia's squadron taken out, as that could be really bad. Question of, do we want to go ahead and try to fight an elite? Let's see, we could go trade with a rebel trader. There's some drifting equipment there. There's a refinery wreck. We've got mining pod, civilian cargo wrecks. I'm kind of interested in trying to take on the elites. We have a lot of nukes, and we have an industry ship which can produce nukes for us, which is quite good. So we're up against the Hydra-class Sentinel frigate. This is the one that gives prepared shot, and it also shoots at enemy squadrons that are inside this sphere of influence. Let's go ahead and jump forward. I'll send my Mantis to get the sniper, and I'll send you to get the Raider. A little bit faster that they'll be able to get over there and take them out. Take him out too. Hit that one, then go for the sniper. Then get that Raider. Yeah, I know my civilian ship took a little bit of damage, but we got it cleared. Let's get closer here. We're bringing our guys up to help. Taking them out. Alright, we got a heavy Raider coming in. There's the sniper dead. I wasn't gonna actually say you should attack that, but I'm okay with it now. Alright, so we've got Raiders. Alright, let's get our 2 guys on the heavy Raiders, and the repeating EM cannons should do quite a bit of work here. Alright, repeating EM cannon activate. Beautiful. We've got some snipers coming in. Let's hide in the asteroid fields while we wait for them. We do have a missile launcher. I believe I have a quest. Oh, she was unassigned because she was critically hurt. I think you can't have a hero that's on critical health assigned to a fleet, which is unfortunate. Good job. Chip away at him. Beautiful. There's a heavy raider here. I definitely want to clear one of the heavy raiders with a EX missile so that we get trigger the heal. I actually have the guys on the wrong thingy. So fire the EX missile. Boom, that triggers the heal across my fleet, and then we will tap this the second these guys spawn to clear them out. I don't know if we should stay and defend this, because the FTL is ready in 10 seconds. Maybe we can jump in time. Come on. Jump! Took some tiny scratch damage right there before the end. Alright, my Mantis leveled up. My Testudian did not level up. We could give experience to Ionis Levi, 15. We could get 4 supplies, or we get the Mantis some more experience. I'm tempted by the 4 supplies. I also like the experience on Levi here. He's already leveled up and he has that ridiculously good ability, so I think keep pumping experience into him. Now, I'm worried he might turn out to be a Cylon. That would make me sad if he was. Alright, so Underworld influence is high, so we're getting Smart Offer, which is a seized opportunity. They want to finance... okay, perfect. She got to play Pyramid with one of their leaders. In the end, I asked for R&D cost reduction. Luckily, they agreed. Beautiful. So now is the best time that we could do an R&D thing. So I think I will go ahead. I want to upgrade my med bay twice, and then this will let me heal a hero. And now my heroes will auto heal 1 health per jump. The lowest health hero will auto heal once. All right, let's have a look here. So with our MK7 Mantis, we can get the Engine Jammer Explosive, which is a 250 range with 40 area effect, 6-second duration that immobilizes all enemy units. We can also get First Strike, which gives a 20% damage buff against enemies at full hull points. What's really nice about this is this could potentially take enemies that would be 2-shots into 1-shot territory, and potentially enemies that would be 3 shots into 2-shot territory, which massively improves the efficiency of a Mantis. So I think we're going to go for First Strike because this just makes the Mantis a lot more efficient in general. Very quickly, I'm going to switch who's assigned to which weapon. So I want the basic trigonometry on this one to give it slightly bigger AoE, and then I want the revitalizing shot here so that we can get the extra damage on this, plus this can actually trigger multiple heals. Let's take a look at the bar. We can play Pyramid with Ning. We could trade supplies for nukes. Or we could play Triad with the military. I think playing Triad with the military to make them happier would be a pretty smart move. And I think spending 4 supplies to try to get them to come back up from being tense would be a big deal. I reckon we go for this Elite Cylon battle. And we'll get a potentially legendary fleet. I don't know if we need to change any of our hero assignments or get anything before this. I think we just jump in and see what we can do. Cylon frigate on the Dratus. It appears to be disabled, only protected by turrets. It's a lot of defense for one ship. Okay, so we've got a stranded frigate. It's a Typhon class frigate. It's got a sniper turret, which is already firing at us. Let's get both of our ships en route. We will have a heal in a moment. Get you to clear these raiders out. Make sure we get some damage in on the enemy capital. Let's heal this guy. We will have weapons ready. Okay, the elite raiders are actually coming in for a fight. Try to make sure we clear these. What have we got? We've got 5 raiders in range of 8 shots. I think we wait till the last second and then fire this. That's okay. We're going to take a little damage, but we killed almost everything. Can you turn and get a kill here? I think it's efficient to do so. And then you need to fight these guys who are coming in to try and kill you. While we chip down the enemy capital ship. Let's fire a big missile at the heavy raider. You have leveled up, which is beautiful. We do have a nuke. I want you to focus on this. You have a heal for him. That's fine. Big explosion. Kill that heavy raider. Kill that raider. Let's make sure we drop the heal on this ship. We're about to get ready to tap this. Okay, we definitely need to start getting some kills. Activate the anti-fighter cannons. I need you to come back to clear out our enemies. I'm going to fire 1 nuke. Because I don't like how much damage my Gunstar is taking. I'll fire an explosive right there. Don't let them kill us. Fire this. I'm going to fire a second nuke just to make sure we finish this off. I'll fire an explosive right there. And then we'll go to undeploy. And we'll jump. Huge success. So we took quite a bit of damage on the Gunstar, but that's okay. Because we got a legendary wolf. Big. Gains damage resistance every enemy inside. Deals taunt damage every 10 seconds while undeployed in the dock. Gains 5% damage and 3% evasion for the remainder of the battle. That's really strong. So that's big to get that. Let's have a look. Reports that the Underworld plans to redistribute supplies. I think I'm going to ask the Underworld to get stronger. Because I want to try to see if I can Underworld max this run. Just got world spotting a Cylon. The fleet is safe. Beautiful. Okay, so one of our ships has a level up. This will be the Testudian. Unit gains maximum evasion for 10 seconds as long as it's moving or at least not attacking. Unit gains plus 20% damage against non-moving targets, so if an enemy is immobilized, that's really good. Unit gains 15% damage for 5 seconds every time it destroys an enemy unit. That's quite good too. All of these are decent. The extra evasion when this thing is trying to get out of dodge when it has a bunch of stuff on it could be really good. I think I'm going to go for evasive maneuvers just so that I can be able to get this thing out of dodge. And I'm probably going to put someone into the wolf because the wolf in conjunction with our ability to heal from our cannons is really strong. I am not happy with how wounded my ship is, but we do already have a ton of healing potential. So I think that was worth it, although it is 50 scrap to heal this. I'll take it back up. I think that's worth it. We have 4 hero actions left to spend. I mean, I'm a huge fan of getting Tillium. Who's ready to level up? You're close to a level up, so let's do it. You're also a 1 for all. So there's 12 experience. Beautiful. So he's a CAG. Every time the squadron activates an ability, it restores 20 hull points. Every time this hero resolves a POI, another random hero heals, or the Gunstar weapon applies to K. I don't think I want the Gunstar. I think I would take the squadron thing. The extra healing could be really useful over the course of a run. I would like Levi to level up. So I really want these supplies. Let's use Levi. Boom, 8 supplies plus a level up. And it looks like we're getting some sort of thing. Because the workers' tensions are tense, they're asking for scrap. I think I can give them the scrap, and I'm okay with them becoming more powerful because we will work on the relationship. Vicious Shooter Revitalizing Shot. So every time the Gunstar weapon fires, there's a 10% chance to instantly reload it. All Gunstar costs are reduced by 20%. That's extremely powerful. Assigned Gunstar weapon applies weak every time it deals damage. So that means enemy units would deal less damage when they're shot by this. I think instant reload is just insane. There's just a 10% chance that he double fires that EM barrage cannon. It's like, that's crazy. And then we'll go ahead and do this with, we'll just grab some scrap here because we just burnt some scrap on the workers. For now, I think we will continue to invest. I'm feeling low on scrap, so I'm going to do some emergency scrap recycling. We do have a crisis now. Helmets down, new crisis. This is because the military is upset, but the frack is going on with your Marines. For the last 2 cycles, there have been no shows at Gunstar security briefings, and I looked into it. The Marines are missing for all briefings across the fleet. What's going on here? These briefings are important. I'm guessing the orders never reached the Marines. Most likely it's a communication and logistical issue. No, it's an authority problem, nothing else. These Marines have no respect for the chain of command. That's the issue. You need to fire these officers, they're not up to snuff. With all due respect to the captain, firing officers would only disorganize the fleet. Not sure workers will be happy about it. Our best course of action right now is to focus on communication and logistics. A negative situation appears every 4 turns until we deal with this crisis. So I think we will happily try to deal with this crisis because I don't want the workers to get like super mad at me. So we need to reach level 2 in Gunstar upgrades fleet logistics. Now the nice thing about fleet logistics is that we do have the resources to do that right now. The logistics upgrade is now complete, sir. We can keep an eye on our military forces more easily. Sure, but you're gonna let those slacking officers keep running the show? Please tell me no. I agree with the captain, we need to show our authority here, so we will issue some discipline. Hope this isn't a little isn't too little too late. All right, so we need to discipline the rogue soldiers. I think I would rather spend 4 supplies and take a little bit of fleet health, because we do have ways to restore fleet health, and then use my hero action on this one. So we're going to brief the crew. He'll get some experience. Oh, and that actually solved the crisis. Perfect. The officers have been disciplined, sir. Good, this sends the right message to the fleet. Authority is a double-edged sword. Our actions are bound to displease the military. And Levi's morale went up, so he's happy that we solved the crisis. Awesome. That means I think I can get away with... I really do need scrap. I'm quite low on it, and I'm worried about potential damage being taken in the next battle. We do have a traders contact. Let's go ahead and do it. Garcia is not assigned to either guns or weapons, but that's fine. Let's jump into the battle. So we have a choice between fleet health, fate, and a civilian ship, or scrap, nukes, supplies, Tillium, and fate. I really do feel like getting an extra civilian ship could be really good, but this is a lot of resources. It's a lot of resources, but an extra civilian ship could be a big deal. This is so many resources, but a civilian ship can be a game changer. Alright, so we've got a Typhoon class frigate, a Type B Blitz, which is, I think, a more difficult type because they add extra speed to their units. Now they do a lot of damage. That's going to be worrying. I don't know if we want to keep the Test Tudan. I think what we could do is bring the Wolf. And I should have assigned a hero to that, but that's fine. Alright, we'll get to work. We'll clear out some of the mines as we make our way over. We've got strikers and raiders dropping here. Make sure we're assigning our attack vectors. Yeah, we took a tiny chip damage there. That's okay. Now, strikers, if I remember correctly, are immune to taunt. Yeah, they're immune to taunt, and they slow enemy ships. Good job. Getting him to come play with you. Oh, using the mine to kill those guys felt really good. We do have an enemy heavy raider coming in. I think we can make use of the explosive missile launcher to do most of the work on him. And I'm also going to activate my repeating EM cannon to try to clean up some of this. Beautiful. The borders, we definitely need to move out to intercept the borders. The taunt is great against the borders because it means they don't just ignore your ships. We have a bunch of strikers coming in. They do move quickly, but we should be able to deal with them. Beautiful. Let's get to work on the borders. I'm wondering if I can time this missile perfectly. I may have timed it poorly. Oh, wait. Oh, timed it perfectly. All right, strikers coming in. Let's get into interception position. Yeah, I love that you aggro them. It makes me happy. 150 damage on the full health one. That's beautiful. We've got some heavy raiders coming in. They should not be a problem for us. Love to see it. Alright, 20 seconds left. I'm going to start pulling back to a more defensive set of positions here. I'm going to undeploy. I'm going to fire the explosive missile. We're preparing to jump. Firing off our EM cannons. Let's jump. All right, we got out of there pretty cleanly. I think we took a tiny bit of chip damage on one of our civilian ships, but overall I'm very happy with that battle. Would have liked to get another kill on the Mantis to get the experience. I could pump Levi. I'm worried about Levi's experience getting too high and then him turning out to be a bad guy. So I'm going to re-roll here. Getting experience on the Wolf could help it catch up. It is a legendary too, so that experience has a lot of value. Samuel Gekas could also really benefit from the XP, but I think I'm going to go for the Squadron, because Squadrons are harder to level up, I feel. Alright, we are in a Cylon boss sector, so we do need to keep that in mind. Let's grab the Wolf, and we're going to level that up. So we've got Cylon Flesh Melter, which use nuclear energy. Oh wow. Using this ability costs 1 nuke to apply its effect. All enemies within a 56 TU radius that don't have decay will get the decay. Once activated, it works for the remainder of the battle. Now, decay does damage over time. Alternatively, we could give him extra 15 range, or... Man, I mean, this Cylon Flesh Melter just sounds so powerful. This is like infinite AoE damage. I do wish the tool... You can use it once per battle, but that's still so damn good. Alright, I'll put my CAG in charge of this. It's a good excuse for us to have a lot of nukes on hand. This industry ship, we might want to level up this industry ship to make sure that we have a healthy supply of nukes. Alright, civilian ship. I think I would like that. I'm going to use Garcia because she has the humanitarian trait. We got the Stargazer. This is a maintenance ship. Whoa, that's big. Repair 10% health of all civilian ships and the Gunstar max hull after each jump. So this is going to be a huge scrap boon just to keep us healthy. Now, what is this? Okay, workers on the A-Gear have seized their maintenance stock. So if we don't deal with this, we will take a damage moment. Well, let's level up Garcia. So she's a chief tech. We could put her on a gun. Applying weak every time it deals damage is fine. Gaining fleet health is okay. Being able to heal is good. I kind of don't like any of these. I'm going to reroll. Applying taunt is cool. Being able to put her on a squadron would be useful. So I will take that. There's some potential there. The workers and the military are tense. We want to try to make the military like us again. So I'm going to play a game with them. I will pay supplies. They're now fair, which is fantastic. The workers are still mad at us. I'm going to use a hero action to clear this. Let's hack the locked door. Boom. And I'll grab some fate points, although I'm worried about the amount of Tilium. I don't think we need to do the stranded mining team, but it would be nice to gain an extra 150 fate from this run. But I might save my hero actions for the crisis in case I want to do them. Alright, so you're my XO. I don't want to put you on a squadron, to be honest with you. So giving you the ability to heal other heroes when you do a POI is like not a terrible one. It means I don't have to spend much on healing. I think we just keep investing in scrap or Tilium. I think scrap or Tilium are both respectable choices here. We have a crisis, a sealed ship. Commander, we need your help. All of our exits are sealed. We're locked in. A Cylon missile explodes, trigger the response, blah, blah, blah. Shipwide electronic and mechanical failure. We can't get out. Even our main airlock is blocked. We're picking Garcia's brain over a possible solution. Might find one in a wreckage or a colonial structure. We can lose 500 hull on the Stargazer. Now, the Stargazer is this new maintenance ship that we got. There's no guarantee that we can clear this. Let's blow the airlock open. It's fine. We'll take the damage and then we can heal the scrap up. Oh, it did not go well. They have multiple casualties. Let's do a couple of scrap investments here. Maybe we can get this repaired up to a safe level. Members of the Underworld are aboard my ship. They're providing certain services that we all need. However, they don't really have proper quarters. We could spare some scrap. Yeah, I'll make the Underworld more powerful. Ooh, now they're very powerful, which is exciting. We are going to need to create more scrap here. We have an opportunity. No questions asked from the Underworld. Interesting offer from the Underworld, sir. For a couple of nukes, they could reward us with something quite exceptional. Powerful new gear. Start saving nukes. So we have the chance to trade nukes here. I'm not ready to hand those over. I might need them in the next battle. But what I will do is I'll invest a little bit more scrap. And then I'm going to repair this ship. And then I'm going to invest a little bit more scrap again. Because I want to get this ship above its critical threshold if I can avoid the crit. Okay, so we're no longer getting critical thresholds. That's fantastic. I would have loved to have done this fate thing, but I'm ending this with 2 hero actions in the chamber. I'll bring the defense ship and the industry ship because they are my highest health ones. Let's start the battle. Yeah, I don't think there's much we can do here. Well, let's go. So we are fighting a boss. We're going up to a metal-rich asteroid with a supply depot, a gas structure, and a grounded civilian ship. I'm excited to get another civilian ship. That would be really good. So up against number 3, the Philosopher, the Polyphemus. Polyphemus. Oh no, this is number 5, the Clerk. If you could escape my grasp, you'll see. Let us through. So the Mantis and the Wolf are what I'm deploying. That's fine. We've got strikers coming. He's got the Polyphemus Eye, which is a scary ability. Deploy our units towards them. Taking him out. You go hit that missile. I am going to do the Cylon Flesh Melter ability. So for the rest of the game, you are going to apply a 7 DPS dot to our enemies, which is really damn good, actually. Got some heals, go for those snipers. We do have strikers coming. I think we can get a very tasty missile off right there. Whoa! Do not sit still. Go ahead and take out that missile. You go hit up these snipers. I do like one-tapping the snipers. Let's go ahead and double team the Heavy Raider. Easy clap. Move this way. You get up here. Okay, you need to get back to deal with those snipers. Oh! Alright, that was well executed. Not what I was trying to do. I'm going to let these units get a little bit closer to my ships, so I can use the repeating EM cannon to trigger a heal. Go for the snipers. Beautiful. That was a lot of healing. Got a couple of Heavy Raiders back here that we'll need to obliterate. I don't love being inside this. I need you to tank both of these. Can we fire a missile there? We can hit both of them, actually. Go get that missile. "18 seconds. My civilian ship should clear this. I think we can undeploy. But should we? I'm not going to undeploy yet. Oh, yes I am. Get the hell out of here. Undeploy. Jump. Woo. Alright, that was pretty... I'm pretty happy with that. Let's have a look. Additional resource POI. Or we can get a bunch of experience on the Mantis. I do like that. Additional resource POI, probably not. I don't think... This guy's already level 3. Another 15 XP on him would be sick. But I don't know who the Cylon is, so now I'm worried. Let's go for the extra resource POI. Maybe it'll be good. Alright, so my Mantis has leveled up. We can gain an extra 15 range, which is really good. Every time this unit destroys an enemy unit, it instantly makes an additional free shot at an nearest enemy within a 56 TU range. That is insane. Holy crap, chain fire. So in terms of priority, we definitely want the Tilium and the civilian ship. I think picking up the civilian ship now would let us make some decisions. I'm also going to go to the bar to try to improve my relationship with the military if I can. Ning's killing spree is off the charts. Let's call them Bullseye. I like Bullseye. Bullseye is great. So Panagos is... It's funny because I normally call them by their second name, but Ning is just easier to say than Panagos, just because it's less syllables. Let's pick up this civilian ship. I'll use my humanitarian for this. Get +2. Oh, nice. We got a mining ship. That is fantastic. We definitely need Tilium. So let's get this Tilium coming in. Should get an opportunity or something here. What do we got? Military. I'd say it's overcrowded. I can't afford the scrap, which sucks. Speaking of scrap, let's grab some scrap. And let's grab some more supplies. We're very healthy on supplies, which makes me happy because that can be... There's a lot of crises that use supplies. All right, we've got an opportunity here. Workers are upset. 6 supplies make the workers stronger. I think we just take that. That's okay. We can't have the workers pulling against the fleet. I will grab 6 supplies here. It would be really nice to have a 75% chance to get a nuke. So I'm tempted to pump experience into the A gear. Getting the extra scrap every jump though is also super powerful, so I'm also tempted to... Having experienced the decay ability, it honestly wasn't as good as I was expecting. Playing cards with the workers could be really good. I think we need our factions on our side, and I'm willing to spend supplies on that. They're now fair, which is great. Yeah, I think I'm going to prioritize the scrap because that's what we've been struggling with. There will be a crisis and an opportunity at the same time. So some civilians have gone missing, disappeared off the Dratus. Oh, God damn it, I've seen this one before. So we can lock Themis Garcia. Now Themis is my... She's my cheap shipyard tech, which is honestly fine. So locking her for 2 sectors isn't the end of the world. I honestly feel like I got away with that. I'm counting on you. I know you're doing this, but people are fighting. The workers are here blaming the patrolling pilots for letting the shuttle go. The military are already upset with me, so I'm going to just further upset the military. Because if this is a worker opportunity, I don't want to lose it. Good news on the worker front. Bit of extra work and increase our scrap and supplies production over the next few sectors. Okay, if we hit up some scraps, that's good. Extra supplies is always welcome. Oh, we do have a shop here, but we can't afford to do anything. I could sell... Parts of Galley have been very quiet since the news. A fleet of survivors reached the Battlestar Galactica. This is huge, a nice victory against the Cylons. Not that it will change my life or anything. So do you want to browse the junk I collected? Let's see what you got here. Ooh... This guy has one for all, so he gives XP. I would be very happy to just get a bunch of heroes here. I have been saving up so many supplies. I think getting at least 2 heroes could be very powerful. I don't think we want to sell anything. Selling the wolf could be okay, but man, that wolf is just so good. We could sell the Testudian. Let's see, she's an evasion expert, which is really good, especially on a ship that has a taunt. Defensive maneuvers. Makes the ship tankier but slower, and she does one for all. I think we go for the evasion expert for sure, even though they're basic. It's a really good skill. Now I can't quite afford another person, but that's fine. They do have a level up available. Assigned unit applies decay every time it deals damage to an enemy unit. That's pretty good, but we already have a way to do radioactive. Taunt, again, taunt is quite useful, especially on a character with evasion. Okay, let's have a quick think about who we want to assign where. Okay, I think I'm pretty chill with the way that things are set up. So, I don't like how low my supplies are. I like having a lot of supplies. I will finish a Tilium invest, but I'll probably do a emergency early harvest here. I'm sad I can't really buy or sell anything. Nothing needs repairs at the moment. I wouldn't mind bringing the mining ship to get it leveled up faster. We'd get 30 experience for being in the battle. If I were to do that, We'll do another early harvest to get our supplies up slightly. Now, if I wanted to be cheeky, I could re-roll the shop and try to get a cheap hero. Extra scrap from POIs, ace pilot, 20% speed, veteran pilot. I think the extra scrap could be really useful long term. So I'm going to hire there. Yeah, I don't like how low my supplies are, but an extra hero can be a big, big deal. Fleet health when they resolve POIs. AoE, taunt is good. I think fleet health when you do POIs is good. I'm going to bring the defense ship and the mining ship because I want to get the mining ship to a higher level. If we can get that, we'll get extra scrap. We are going to have to go somewhere with supplies, and ideally supplies and Tillium. So let's see here. We've got supplies. We've got Tillium. Here, we've got a drifting escape pod and a gas giant. I do love these, but I think we're going to go for the top one here. It has exactly what we need, which is Tillium and supplies. Alright, we've got a Phantom class frigate with a deceiver. I don't like fighting deceivers because they often stealth. 50% evasion as long as hull points are under 30%. And these guys have the Cylon mutation, so there'll be a bunch of random noise in the battlefield. Right, let's deploy our ships. We've got infiltrators. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it to that infiltrator fast enough, but we'll try. I'm going to try and beat this one out without deploying the nuke. Get back there. Get over here. Yeah, I know I'm taking damage. I don't like it. One thing that's really annoying about infiltrators is that they do a lot of damage. Spawn +6. Make sure we hit this guy. Would I hit both of those? Alright, this is a clone. This is a clone. Go get that nuke. We can't let the infiltrators through. Fire off some shots here. Okay, the Dodgers are making a fool of me. Come on, what are you missing? Oh my god, the 30% dodge is devastating when they get low health. Got to deploy the Testudian. Jesus. That was more damage than I was comfortable with. Dude, I can't wait to get out of this battle. Oh no. Firing off missiles. We're trying to clear. Come on. It's okay. We'll take a few hits here before we jump. Jump. Getting experience on the Testudian wouldn't be terrible. None of these really excite me. Getting experience on Ning does let me level him, I guess. Alright, where do we stand? A bomb has been reported aboard the ship. Well, that's fun. I'm gonna use Ning for this, because he's about to level. I think we're about to get the Cylon crisis. Adama's warning, we have a Cylon aboard passing as one of us. They're here, I can't believe it. Get a hold of yourself. Okay, we've seen this before. We gotta go to the security center. We gotta do a Cylon investigation. Alright, let's catch the traitor. Okay, so Panagos is leveled up. I mean, Sharpshooter, not really what we need. Taunt is not terrible for a CAG unit. So we'll take that. It allows you to taunt enemies. One of my CAGs should have leveled up, or one of my wings. The Wolf has leveled up. Ooh, major breakthrough. 3 random passives of any rarity. Extra speed. Target unit gains 50% damage resistance for the duration of the effect. At the end of the duration, activating unit suffers frail. That is really cool. I love the idea of major breakthrough here. So we're going to do that. Every 10 seconds when undeployed, gains 5% damage and 3% evasion. Increases unit's primary weapon damage while decreasing its hull. So we got glass cannon on this. That's crazy. It's bloodthirsty, so it gains damage every time it kills an enemy unit. This unit restores 20 hit points every 15 seconds. Oh my god, this thing is crazy powerful now. Love it. Okay, so we can play cards with the military, which would be really nice if we could just get them up to not being mad at us. Slightly improved, that's fine. Let's have a look at our security dossier. We can get up to 3 clues here. Let's do it. Nice. We looked into people's pasts, and a couple of them came up clean. It doesn't really tell us much just yet, but it's a step. We absolutely need supplies, so I'm going to go ahead and do the supply run. There's no scrap here, so I think I'll just use I'll use my Bard here. Even though she's really good at scrapping, I think we just want to get some experience on her. Alright, new crisis. This is the troubled hangar because the military is tense. Hard to believe how many technical issues there are. You find techies are on strike. We need more parts. That's all the engineers are asking for. 20% damage taken for all allied squadrons, or more expensive to repair civilian ships. I think we can get away with the civilian ship repair cost. I think that's fine because we have the ship that can do that. Just witnessed some officers taking away a couple of my best mechanics. Other ships are reporting difficult choices are needed. Sorry. I take that as a yes. My apologies. It is necessary. I am managing a whole variety of resources and incentives. I would love to get the squadron. So I'll send out Gekas. See what we found. We found a Gazelle. Could be potentially useful. We could scrap it. Short range jump, velocity accumulators. It's really good at killing missiles. There's a world in which that might be useful. Factory devotion. The workers are happy with us. Quick word regarding the workers. We delivered copper to them. I've seen the numbers. Scrap production could be substantial. Let's hope it works. 20% scrap and supply production for 2 sectors, which is great. Let's go ahead and pick up some Tillium. Oh, I clicked the wrong button. I meant to use a hero on that. That was such a waste. Right, we've got an opportunity here. The Underworld's influence is high. They sent us a note requesting nukes. I can have a nuke. Well, that's concerning. The Underworld has a nuke now. Every time this unit deals damage to a unit with slow, the unit gets stunned instead. For a very short time, gain a huge evasion and speed increase. That's kind of an interesting idea. Or just gain some speed. If we could get a way to get slow on this guy, being able to stun every second shot would be quite powerful. It's already a very fast ship, so I think we'll grab that. Yeah, my Tilium reserves are now nowhere near where I wanted them to be, and I was hoping to level up some other stuff. So I'm going to start doing some emergency Tilium harvesting. Needed urgently in the CIC, sir. Comms are down. Okay, so we can make R&D upgrades more expensive, or we can lock a squadron dock. I think we go with the R&D expenses. I think we can tackle a crisis. We want to defuse the unstable bomb. I will use my new wing commander. That will get us a couple of clues. Potential material evidence in our Cylon investigations. You are wounded, but you will heal. Let's have a look at this crisis. We'll fix the malfunctioning airlock. I can't risk you getting undeployed, so let's go for just taking 1 damage on you. This is honestly the most efficient because this is 8 supplies. Do I want to use supplies on this? We're not planning on doing any R&D stuff, so I think we can just continue to harvest Tilium. Civilian defense will be the same that it was. We're about halfway through a run. Let's go ahead and start the battle. Alright, so we can go to a trade beacon with supplies and either a crew or a ship, or we can go take on an elite fight. We don't have the nukes for an elite fight, but I'm going to go for it anyway. I'm crazy like that. We're up against a Gorgon-class control frigate. Every 10 seconds, upon battlefield arrival, 1 Cylon unit will gain the Overload emergency EMP discharge. Every time hull goes below 50%, it applies stun to all enemy units within range. And all non-Cylon missiles entering in 220 TU of the capital ship are redirected to the Gunstar. Okay, so we can't fire missiles into this area. Bit of a problem. Okay, I'm going to avoid deploying the Wolf from the beginning because it actually gets stronger when undeployed. We do need to get onto that hacker, actually. Because it has that immobilize ability, which is annoying as hell. And the stun missile. Let's fire off the cannon here to get a heal as well as some damage in. Alright, we've got some hackers coming through. We'll go deal with them. And then we'll focus on this heavy raider. I need you to get over here, and you to get over here. I'm going to fire this off again to try to clear out the raiders. And then we need to clear out the mine droppers. I do love how often I can use that ability. It does feel really good. We've got a ton of raiders. The hacker's a priority. And all the raiders are kind of a priority too. I'm going to try to hit this mine dropper with a missile. Good, 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 good. Clear them out. Then we need to clear him out. Mine dropper should get hit, I'm hoping. Beautiful timing on that. You're immobilized, unfortunately. Huh, perfectly timed on shooting the mine to actually detonate the mine dropper that it had just dropped. We do have a hacker here, which is a problem. Fall back slightly. Make sure you kill the smaller ships, so if you do get stunned, it's not the end of the world. Can you shoot the mine that he just dropped to try and detonate him? Beautiful. I'm going to undeploy you. And deploy the wolf instead. And then we'll deploy the repeating EM cannon. So what's the special ability again? So you do 50% more damage now. Damn, that's actually really strong. Really good in a potential elite fight with no time limit on it. Okay, FCL are ready soon. You're okay. You're not shooting, so I'm going to go ahead and activate super evasion. Then I'll undeploy both of these ships, and we will jump as soon as our ships have landed. Boom. We are out of here. Awesome. I don't know if we need additional resource POIs. We have a crisis ongoing. Samuel Gecka's getting experience would be really nice, though. The Mantis gaining experience would allow us to get it up a level 2. I mean, I wouldn't be against trying to level up the Mantis. We do need like a high level... Alright, Underworld's influence is high. We can hand them over on the Azure Walker. I can't afford to trade off my last 2 nukes. Okay. Our Mantis has leveled up. Oh, none of these are particularly good. I will go for the glass cannon, though. We've got a crisis about halfway through this sector. We can do another investigation. Getting to know everyone's past would be useful. So let's clear some people here. People do get a morale boost from being confirmed human. So that would be something I would love to play around. Oh, man, I would love to make the military like me again. Play cards with the military. Let's see what we can do. Okay, the military likes me again. Huge. Alright, let's investigate this crisis. He'll take 1 damage, which is fine. Okay. Found on a colonial structure. Nice. Which is... this. If we resolve 1 structure POI, we will get this cleared. Beautiful. Who's the right person to send on this? The humanitarian or the bard? I'll send the humanitarian, or yeah. Get in there, clean this up. We got the structural resonance amplifier. All enemy units in the target area effect take damage equal to 50% of their remaining hull points. That is a super interesting ability. But we solved the calms down crisis, which means the cost stuff is reduced significantly. We do have a situation up here. The military offers are being hunted down by the underworld. This is because the underworld is stronger than the military. Upsetting the underworld would be very bad, but I am willing to do it. Because I don't want the military... I don't think they should be allowed to just hunt people down. I'm kind of tempted to go ahead and do the Cylon battle. Oh, what's this? Instant reload, revitalizing shot plus 30% range or 25% duration. I gotta go for that 30% range. That extra range is gonna be so good. Now, here's the question. Do we want to try to deploy? We can't afford another weapon deploy. All right, let's go for the Cylon Elite. Potential civilian ship. Jump complete commander picking up a signal from the Drata. Civilian ship is calling for help. The Cylons damaged our FTL and now they're coming for us. Okay, got it. Alright, I will be deploying my Wolf and I will be deploying my Gazelle. These are my 2 fastest ships. Or my 2 most powerful in the current fleet. My weapon setup is fine the way it is. Let's get the Gazelle out far and the Wolf in close on the sniper. Good job, Gazelle. Get on the elite sniper now. Do not let the enemy kill our civilians. The elite border is highest priority. Oh, you guys have guns. Fire off the defensive weapons. Sniper hitting our main. Not good. Gazelle, go deal with that. I am aware they are under attack. Right, the elite striker is a problem. Do not let that striker hit our home base. We have an elite border as well deploying. You have multiple enemy ships that you're baiting. Do not get scrapped. Okay, I think we made it. Good job. Get the heck out of here. Alright, so that was a pretty successful elite fight. We got the Vulcanus. Alright, so the Vulcanus followed us through. The captain wants word. Thank the gods. I thought we were done for. Welcome to the fleet, Vulcanus. Now, I think this is one of those armed ships. Uses an automatic short-range weapon during battles doing 40 DPS. This could be a big deal. I think we absolutely need to get this Tilium. If we don't get this Tilium, I think we're literally just stranded and taking damage. CIC needs you. Radioactive emergency. I think I've seen this one before. We can lose fleet health every 4 turns or spend a bunch of scrap. Unfortunately, I don't have the scrap to bypass this. I do have a ton of hero actions. We do need to deal with the Cylon bomb. No, I changed my mind. I'm going to use you because you're close to a level. Defuse that bomb for me. Save that health. This will also this will level you up. You are a squadron. So you can carry on. Ooh, extra damage against Cylon elites could be really useful here. We have no POIs to investigate, but we do have a crisis. Damn, that is a painful crisis. An armed ship plus a defense ship is a really good combo. We could max out the Iapetus for an X. It's actually a decent amount of scrap over the course of a run. So I think I will train the crew up here. Another opportunity. Maintenance works needs to be buffed. Hey, listen, I'm sorry. Maintenance needs to be good. I cannot have maintenance be causing crises for me. Gekas has leveled up. He is my XO. Oh, the combination of this, of the 2 different trigonometry bonuses here, that means this missile is now hitting in a big AoE. So that's sick. Yeah, I think we want this mining ship to hit max level. We're going to defuse this unstable bomb with you because you're close to a level up. You'll take a bit of damage, that's okay. Let's look at all the evidence. Airlock a new body. Salvage your Bard. Might not be bad to assign you to a gun. So I'm going to make you a fast reloader. 10% cooldown to guns that you were assigned to. You know what? Let's spend these nukes. I want to find out what they're going to give us. See, no questions asked. What do they give us? The Underworld just delivered their gift. Should make a difference in our upcoming battles. Show me. Long range nav disruptor. Ooh, all enemy units spawning farther than 225 TU from the Gunstar get slowed. That's a keeper right there. Actually, that has a really good synergy with the Gazelle, which has the ability to stun enemies that are slow. So that's kind of interesting. I don't want to spend 50 scrap on this. I would really like both of these ships to be maxed out. We have a 50% chance to get a few nukes off this. 75% chance would be a lot more. It's a lot more total nukes over the course of a run on average, right? So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 nukes. So we're talking, right now we're going to get 2.5. We could get that up to like 3 point something, 3.75. Pretty damn good. The amount of scrap that this thing can potentially produce, though, if we get the crew fully set, would be big. I'm quite happy to be bringing an armed ship. So I'm going to bring an armed ship and the defense ship. The combination of those two will hopefully provide us with a lot of potential here. We are going into a battle. I think everyone is assigned except for Solarin. Solarin does have a hangar trait. Sorry, a weapons trait. I'll put her on the structural resonance amplifier. And then in terms of squadrons, so you're a protector. So my XO is assigned to a weapon. You're assigned to somewhere. You're assigned. I think I'm actually going to assign this person with the evasion expert to the wolf, because the elite hunter is also super good. And this thing already has passive healing, so we don't need a guy in here with healing. And then I'll put my CAG in the Testudian. I think I can get away with this level of repair, so let's start the battle. We do have a hero action left. Let's go. Let's do it. Let's do it. All right, so we've got some nukes here. I am really low on nukes. I would love to get those. Green Planet, Gas Giant, Temple Ruin, Shipwreck, Ammunition. There is Tillium here, which I like. The Science Station would be really nice to hit up too, but the fact that I have 0 nukes makes me want to go to the place with the nukes. So this does 16 DPS in 100 range, which means it can basically fight off raiders. Okay, this is a blitz, extra damage, and extra speed. Lovely, my favorite combo. So we're going to deploy the wolf and the Testodon, I think. Where do I want the wolf and the gazelle? I'll go wolf and gazelle, I think, to open. Okay, 3 borders is not so great. I can definitely taunt them. And use the taunted ships to run into my line of fire. Got a couple of strikers coming and a missile. Anti-missile fighter fired. Don't let those borders get close. Could do a bit of kiting here. Fantastic. I love that I can use my units to distract. I am going to fire off the repeating EM cannon. Just getting it on cooldown, I think, can be worth it. One of those missiles was dealt with, which is beautiful. Deal with that missile. I think there's another missile coming. Okay. Let's get my guys to focus fire on a single heavy raider. Fire a rocket there. Lovely big AoE. Kill that striker. kill this striker with cooperative fire. Yeah, you are taking damage. It's very important we don't let that border get into range. I'm going to fire the EM cannons again. Can you hit that missile? Go get that missile. You are, of course, the anti-missile king. Do not let the borders in. I need you to jump out, get back to the ship. We're going to drop in the Testudan. Let me pull you back slightly. Let's deploy a rocket right there. And you're going to be ready to assist with a heal. I think I misclicked the heal, but that's fine. 25 seconds left. Get over here by the support ship. Go get the border. Don't let them do stuff. Start firing the repeating EM cannon. Taunt the border. Ooh. They are hungry for your blood, sir. We're going to try and get you out of there. I'm going to deploy the Mantis. You go to full evasion mode. We are now evacing as fast as we can. FTL is ready. And we jump. Pretty small amounts of damage taken there. I'm pretty comfortable with how that battle unfolded. We made use of all of our fleets. Ooh, I would love the supplies. The Wolf getting experience would be cool too. Experience for Levi. He is close to level 5, which would make him just like God Gunner. You know what? Let's just go for the God Gunner. If he turns out to be the Cylon, I'm going to be so mad, dude. I'm so glad for the extra little heal from this ship. Okay, recurring sabotage. Let's go ahead and do our security step first. Let's check into people's medical history records. Alright, so we know you're one of my primary suspects. Very sus. Let's have a look at what potential level ups we have here. So the Testudian has leveled up. Extra range. Ooh, providing an allied unit with stealth. Evasion or range? I mean, this is a very slow ship, so giving it range is actually really good. The Wolf, on the other hand, let's see. All enemies flee. That's actually a really good crowd control thing. Gives you 8 seconds of breathing time. Especially if you have a way to do AoE damage, which we do have. A 5% crit chance is fine. Ooh, retaliation is actually quite powerful. Especially if we have a way to heal it. Plus this ship already has lots of passive healing as well. So I quite like this. Now my Wolf's health bar is a damage bar. Which is kind of exciting and interesting. So we've got to resolve a wreckage. I'm going to go ahead and obtain the nukes first. I don't think anyone has a special ability here. You're really close to leveling up, so I'll use you. That did cost us a Tillium, but it will hopefully we did actually get a nuke from our industry ship, which is big. So the radioactive emergency, we can fix the leak. It will require further actions from us. We have an opportunity. Workers shuttle was supposed to leave for an hour ago. Military been holding flying rights. Oof. Let's make the military stronger, even if it does make the workers tense. We can go to the bar and maybe smooth things over with the workers by playing cards with them and giving them some supplies. Okay, they're now fair. Perfect. Garcia has leveled up. She is currently flying in a fleet. Ooh, 33% chance to earn scrap. Also obtaining supplies from killing heavy raiders. That's big. I mean, the scrap is nice, but this is guaranteed. This is guaranteed supplies. Very powerful. I would love to get my third deployable squadron. I think it would really up our power level. I would also love to get another... I would love to get all of these upgrades, but it's kind of like, which ones do we prioritize? That's the question we have to kind of ask ourselves. Let's see, we can fix the overheating systems, or we can reinforce the Tillium tank. Let's reinforce the Tillium tank. I'll do this with Levi. It has a chance to level him up if we get enough experience. Beautiful, it did. So that's the radioactive emergency cleared. So we can make the military more powerful or the workers more powerful, or we can get a bunch of scrap. I think we need this scrap, so I'm going to take it because there's a lot of potentially game-winning upgrades that we can get over the next few turns. Levi's morale has improved, which is fantastic, and we have an opportunity. This is due to the military influence being high, so weapon cooldown reduced if we pull off this opportunity, which is to resolve 2 wreckage POIs. We can do 1 this round. I'm worried about triggering the crisis. It's like doing the order of actions here. Even more range. Repairing a random squadron. Applying slow isn't terrible, but I think an extra 15% range. This guy's just like the ultra gunner. I need Tillium, so I'm gonna go ahead and just do that because I'm just so low on Tillium. I need supplies. Let's see what this crisis is. Needed urgently in the CIC. There's a hacker in our midst. Initiating pre-calculation. The frack is happening. The main computer isn't responding. We need to find colonial structures. Got it. R&D costs up. Oof. I think because I'm literally about to do some R&D upgrades, this is the worst thing. This is why I didn't want to trigger a crisis. So I have to now deal with the potential fuel loss here. So we got to do a structure POI, which I don't think we have here. We don't have a structure POI, so we are going to lose a fuel. A third squadron dock would be nice. I think it would make a difference, much more than an extra weapon slot, so I'm going to go for the third squadron dock. We do need to clear this. I'll put you on it. Diffuse the unstable bomb. Cleared it. Beautiful. Disturbing. The Cylons have increased their access sabotage. We need to be extra careful monitoring the situation. Got it. Currently, we think it's either this person or this person. Now, big problem is we don't have any supplies. I do have a scrap. Oh, I used up the scrap person. Go hit this. We got an opportunity. The underworld are off. I don't have the supplies to take the deal. It would have been nice. We'll grab these supplies as well. Beautiful. And then it's a question of, do we think... I don't think we can do the Fate. I don't think it's worth it. It's either we upgrade the defense ship, or we upgrade the repair ship, or we get some extra Tillium. I think I'd like my maintenance ship to be highly leveled. So that's what I'm going to do. Ooh, double sabotage. That's going to be a problem when we get through. Yeah, I think we take our armed ships. I don't think we need to repair it. It is a boss fight. But we have 3... Yeah, I think we're okay. We have 4 nukes. We're in good position. I think, no, doing the maths in my head, I'm feeling like we're in a reasonable position to take this on. We've got a drifting civilian ship, civilian cargo wrecks, refining. Okay, beautiful. So we've got scrap supplies, Tillium, a civilian ship, and a couple crisis objectives, and a trader. So a lot of potential could shake out of this. So there's the Sphinx base star. This is number 3, the Philosopher. Simply fascinated by our will to survive. So the coordination relay is actually a big problem for us from what I remember. I'm going to deploy the Testudan, the Gazelle, and the Wolf. I'll try to make sure the Gazelle does a lot of work here on certain things. The Wolf is going to be my main tank. I do have a gunship. I do have an anti-missile ship. Now, one of my fleet people is a trophy hunter, so we do want her on some of these heavy raiders. Make sure we take out that protector. I'm going to redeploy the wolf. I think I have to redeploy the gazelle. To jump over here. The Dodgers are going to be a problem. We will need to coordinate on those. Do not let that nuke through. The snipers are a pain. Let's fire off some repeating EM cannons here. It might be able to make a difference. Make sure these guys are shooting at the same target because the Dodger has extra evasion when people don't collaborate. Do not let that relay through. We have a bunch of protectors and raiders coming out. Let's try to hit these raiders before they get too close to the civilian ship. And then I'll immediately deploy this gun. In response, we've got a fixer. I'm going to move my test 2 down over here to assist. Get on those fixers. Yeah, I'm aware there's nukes coming, okay? I'm doing my best. Dodgers are a problem, though. Let's bounce you over here while you slow walk it. Thank you, anti-missile ship. You are my hero. Alright, we've got 2 protectors coming in. They are a problem. Let me drop a quick heal on you. I could have used a nuke on the wolf. We're already a minute through the battle, so I think I won't bother. The coordination relays actually are an issue. I need this gazelle on that one. You on this one. You hit these raiders. Let me start firing off EM shots. Great work. Beautiful. We are rocking them. Need to get 2 people on this Dodger. I don't like these snipers, what they're doing to me. Dodger has come down. You get on the heavy raider. Actually, get on the Dodger with the Testudian while we clear out these snipers down in the south. Do not let them through. Kill the fixer first, please. I don't know what we're doing. Shooting anything but the fixer. Coordination relays need to be killed first. Let's fire you right there, Mr. Missile. Please hit the coordination relay. It's giving evasion. We're down to our last 20 seconds. We've got nukes coming. I'm firing the EM cannon. I needed to clear out some of the enemies. Okay, beautiful. Hit the protector, hit the fixer. Hit the fixers first. And then the protectors. Don't let him get in there, thank you. Let's start undeploying. We are preparing to get out of dodge, firing a defensive explosive missile. 2 people are in, waiting for the 3rd. Here comes the missile. We are gone. Alright, huge experience. We could get experience on the Wolf. It would be lovely to get that to level 5. H-Chung we could also level up. Extra POIs could be good too, although we have a lot of demand upon our hero actions next round. I mean, getting a level 5 Wolf would be really exciting, so I think we'll go for the Wolf XP, just because that sounds really interesting to me. Huge, we made it through, and we're going to get a repair off. Lovely. Alright, so we absolutely need to deal with this sabotage. Losing 15 supplies is completely unacceptable. I'll put you on it. Chief Tech will go do it. Losing fleet health isn't the worst, but we will try to heal down staff, just so we don't. That will get us some clues. Now we can do a little security reveal. Let's do the medical history record. And clear a few people. Yeah, we're getting close to knowing it's either this guy or this lady. We'll know who it is eventually. The Gazelle has leveled up. Let's have a look at what I can do. Ooh, AoE splash. That's kind of an interesting one. It's a very small splash. Charge the next shot. While charging, every 2 seconds, the unit gains 5% damage for its next shot. It's kind of an interesting idea, but I think I'd rather just make this thing just ridiculously fast. So we'll go for the major thrust engine upgrade and material evidence or Ning. Tell you what we're going to do. I would like to clear out the crisis if I could. So let's do a structure POI with my salvager, who is fantastic at this. There you go. Great job. There's a hacker in our midst. Found the system backup. We could disable the hack. And now we have another crisis. Bomb alert. Start evacuating. If we fail, the Vulcanus will be destroyed. So we have 10 turns to deal with the bomb alert. Well, we're about to get another crisis as well. We absolutely must get this Tillium. So we have no choice but to do this, I think. We have to do that. This gets us the ballistic opportunity, which is great. So for the next couple of jumps, we're going to have faster weapon loading speed. Achieve at least 2 objectives. So let's have a look. We can evacuate. We could secure. Securing the ship will cost us some fleet health, but I'm willing to take that because we have many ways to restore fleet health. But there's going to be another crisis now, a soldier error. Weapon systems check on Falcata. It seems the entire system is decalibrated. If we don't fix it, we'll lose some nukes. Access to the weapon dock. Okay. Lock 1 weapon dock for the first 50 seconds. Yeah, I think we can accept that. That's fine. It sucks, but we have way too many crises firing at the moment. It would kind of be fun to have a maxed out underworld. The military are unhappy. Let's clear the negative situation so we don't take damage. But then we absolutely need to research the Cylon tech, which will advance the bomb alert. Waiting for your go ahead to defuse the bomb. We got it. Time to defuse that bomb. We have an opportunity. The workers have Sacred Tree from the home regional border is being transported when the Cylon's attacked. It isn't responding well. Tree is sick. I think losing some healthcare to make the workers stronger is fine. Our healthcare is kind of in a fine position. We haven't actually lost any healthcare, so I don't know if I need to worry about that. Okay, I think we can defuse that. I think we can defuse this next round. It would be nice to get another civilian ship. So let's send a repair team. I wish I was getting the guaranteed uncommon or higher, but I don't really mind what this is. Another maintenance ship. Kind of not the ship that I want. Wait. Oh. I'm silly. I didn't need... I thought I already have 5 ships. I didn't need that. I just wasted a Tillium in a turn. Right, we got a worker event here. Extra max hull. Beautiful if we pull off whatever they want. What they want is scrap. But I'm going to say wait for my signal because we don't need that just yet. Let's go to the bar. Material evidence. Ning. Let's get some material evidence. We do have a shop. Stop for a sec, check. I'm sorry, he says. Is everything okay? I'm sorry for the sacrifice ahead. A word may have been used in vain. Be are you well, you must give yourselves to the gods. Okay. Well, maybe he knows something I don't. Ooh. It's 120 damage missiles. Not that good. Ooh, emergency jump costs less Tillium. Oh, holographic debriefing room is insane. All squadron experience gained after destroying a unit is increased by 1 XP. I'm going to buy that. I think I should keep 4, even though I can only field 3. Because if one of them dies in battle, it would be nice to be able to pull another one out. The structural resonance amplifier, I haven't even actually fired that off yet. Maybe I should. We could refresh the shop. I think scrap is too valuable to do that. I'm going to get myself another Tillium and we'll just advance. Another Cylon bomb. Okay. All right, let's start the battle. We're going in. Now we can either fight a green planet or Scorpii. I am going... The Tillium would be really nice. Yeah, I think we want the Tillium, so we'll go to Scorpii. So we're up against a Gorgon class frigate, which is an ambusher. We do have some asteroids. There's the EMP discharge. When the hull points for the selected unit goes below 50%, it does an AoE stun. And all Cylon units will have faster cooldowns. Great. We've got 2 hackers coming online. Let's just get our ships moving out. Get inside the asteroid field. Do not let those missiles through. There's only 5 damage, but it's still a decent amount. I'm going to jump you here so you can fight those raiders. What is this? Offensive flak. Oh, Christ. One of my ships is inside the flak region. Well, frack that. Fire off the EM. Okay, you're gonna have to heal yourself. Get in on the hacker. The mine droppers are a problem. Shoot the mine. Detonate the nerd. Shoot that guy. I'm going to activate the repeating EM cannon. Get out of that flak zone. Chase down this guy. Beautiful timing on that EM shot. Heavy Raider. I want my Wolf to take out the Mine Dropper because he can taunt it. I want my Gazelle on the Heavy Raider. because you will get us... Wait. Yeah, you get us supplies for killing those. I'll have you on this hacker. Get out of the flak zones. You got immobilized. Heal yourself. My gazelle was destroyed, but I got to revive it. Go kill that heavy raider. +1 supply. Ouch. Fire off this EM cannon thing. Do not get hit. I'm going to get you to jump over here to assist. Well, this is helping me, this flak thing. Yeah, I know. You're under attack. Do not let the missiles through. EM fire. Hopefully that will clear some of them. I can't even fire my missiles because they'll just get zerked. Oh my god, there's so much happening on the battlefield! Okay, we got some extra supplies. We're undeploying. Please God, undeploy. Please God, undeploy. Please God, undeploy. Undeploy. Jump! Whew. I wouldn't mind if Hadriana got a bunch of experience. I also wouldn't mind if my Gazelle got a bunch of experience. It would hit level 4. The supplies are okay. Let's level up Chung. I think hero XP is a little bit rarer. That's my vibes right there. It could be completely inaccurate. So in terms of like maximum priority, we absolutely need to defuse this bomb. So I'm going to spend supplies on this. Because I don't want to risk a hero not being available next. And then we're going to secure the area with a hero. You will do that job. Maximum damage you can take is 1. And that did get you a level up. And we've resolved the crisis. So we will not be losing our defense ship. Which is perfect. It's exactly what we wanted. Morale went up, but we've got a new crisis now. Skipping Stone. We can lock the Stargazer for 2 turns. Now the Stargazer is our maintenance ship. I want to investigate this. We've got 10 turns to deal with it. Let's do a security check. I'll do it here on the fleet record. Panagos has leveled up, so he's my CAG. Every time allied unit is destroyed, gain bonus. Extra supplies for killing heavy raiders is pretty damn good. H. Chung, you have Elite Hunter. Activates an ability, gain health. Minimum damage is also really good. Activate ability health is pretty good. We've plenty of time to deal with this, is what it feels like, but we also don't have plenty of time to deal with it because we also have Cylons dropping bombs on us. I need Tilium. Please clear this unstable bomb. I found a body, could be related. Alright, we have a couple of ship level ups. Damn, dude, we're just dealing with so much. Right, my Testudian, plus 10 damage on a Testudian is actually pretty decent, especially because I believe we already gave it extra range. Intensifying shot I don't think is very good. Martyr is kind of interesting, but I don't necessarily want that. I think plus 10 damage actually makes this ship have a little bit more potential. For a very short time, getting a huge boost. Heavy plating to lower your speed. Extra range is also super powerful. Max Hull, this guy does have the reflection damage. Like, Max Hull is not terrible, especially when you're restoring health and you're a taunter and you have damage reduction. Extra range is pretty decent too. It's effectively speed and damage and everything. It just makes your ship way more efficient. I think we'll go for the more efficiency of the ship, extra range. So I think this is a max level ship now. We cannot level it up further. Oh my god, we're burning Tilium so quickly. I absolutely need to do this. Let's repair overheating systems. I'll use you. Now you're max level as well. We've got a lot of people max level. So Hacker in our midst is cleared. I want that scrap. Let's see. So you're my XO. Every time, this is a 10% chance to double fire. Is very strong. Instant reload is super good. Garcia has leveled up too. Storyteller's not bad. Being able to generate resources from fighting is quite powerful. These other two don't do a whole lot. I mean, extra nukes is nice, but I think I'll go for the extra fleet health. It means I just don't have to worry about fleet health. We do not want to lose this, but we also have a ton of objectives over here on the left that we want to clear. Like, I would love to get a piece of equipment. I need the Tilium. There's no two ways about it. I cannot go on without more Tilium. It's like a critical resource. The CIC needs you, Commander. We've got the Comet. I think we can accept the fleet health losses increase. That's fine. I want to bypass that crisis. Unfortunately, we did go to a tense relationship with our workers, which is not great. But it's fine. And we missed the worker opportunity, which sucks. It is what it is. It is what it is, okay? Oh, I don't want to take this damage. You're a salvager. Clear this for me, please. I need supplies to find the Cylon, but we can live. I really want this weapon, though. That's not very good. I'll take it for now, because it could be very useful if we take a bunch of damage. Depot fire. God damn it. I'm going to play cards with the workers to try to improve our relationship with them. Slightly improve their relationship, that's fine. I just need them to not be annoyed at me. So Lauren has leveled up. She's a fast reloader. This is really good. Prepared is super strong. So if I don't use her hero action, 35% less cooldown. That's incredibly powerful. I have 2 actions left. Losing 70 scrap is really not good, but I can't afford the supplies. Do I reveal the Cylon now? It is the best time to reveal the Cylon, in theory. So let's get some supplies. I think we eat that scrap penalty. We'll secure the ship area. We'll take some fleet damage, it's okay. Health is a resource, always remember that. Now, let's see if we can't find the Cylon. Now what we could do is clear some of our humans for morale bonuses. But I think what we should do is we should prioritize anyone who already has a positive morale. Like Levi. Levi has a positive morale, so unless he's a target, which he is, so we'll gamble on him not being the Cylon. So now we know that she's the Cylon. Like, I know that, but my people don't know it. And it's a question of, do we want to pay 12 to get a bunch of morale boosts, or do we want to pay 9, potentially, to guarantee the Cylon detection? That's a tough choice. R&D lab, what can we do? Alright, let's just jump in. Alright, we could go for an elite battle. No supplies here, which I do not like. There are supplies down here which I need. I do love doing elite battles though. It makes me sad because I really need the civilian cargo rack down here. Damn. Okay, I guess we're skipping the elite. Alright, the Wolf, the Gazelle, the Testudian, that's my starting group. We are up against the Ambusher frigate, so it has the EMP stun and the faster ability cooldown. We've got some elite raiders which do get evasion for every other raider squadron that are nearby. We've also got some hackers coming in. I really don't like fighting hackers, me when I play CSGO. We should be able to clear most of this without issue. Make sure we target those missiles so they don't get through. We've got a group of heavy raiders spawning over here. Ouch, double stun hurts on this guy. That's fine, we do have the Testudian out so that they can do a lot of healing. Go get that heavy guy. We've got an elite raider over there. You are the anti-missile ship. That is your particular specialty. I think we're just going to heal this guy because I want to get that on cooldown as soon as possible. Teleport over here. Be really annoying. Let's do some repeating EM cannons just to get some kills a little faster. Good, good, good. Now you are particularly good at anti-missiling, so get to work on that. You get extra speed from doing it. In theory, it would be more efficient to not fight with the wolf while it's at max level. I'm going to fire off some EM blasts because we can. It'll allow me to reposition for this. We've got elite hackers and raiders. I'm not too worried about this. We should be able to do a lot. That is an AoE stun on spawn. Let's fire you there. They got blasted. Do not let that missile through. Fire the EM cannons. Alright, we've got some elite hackers coming. We do not want the elite hacker to fire again. I found that incredibly annoying. I do like that I can have the health of these guys in a single action. Right, what do we got? Hacker, hacker, heavy raider, hacker. Let's fire the EM cannons. Maybe we'll get some kills on some of these missiles that are coming in. Do not let that nuke through. It's a small bit of chip damage, that's okay. So many bad guys. Firing ability on the elite hacker. Don't let that hit you. That's not a homing missile at all. You can get out of the way of that, no problem. Let's undeploy. Test Studan. We'll fire this off, we'll fire this off. Get the heck out of here. Come on now, good job. And jump. Love it. I do not have the hero actions to do. I do not have the actions to do another POI with all the things I have active. So Laren, we could get to the next level. We get them very close. Or we get the Testudan up. I think getting Solaren to max could be quite good. So we'll take the experience on Solaren. We need to do this. Remove that asteroid debris, please. Now we're on to the next phase, the skipping stone. I don't want to lose this scrap. I don't know if I can clear this crisis anymore. And another crisis! God! The workers' blockade. I just can't do anything about the workers' blockade. Things are gonna be more expensive. Yeah, there's nothing I can do about the workers' blockade. You gotta place this cargo back, my friend. Alright, crisis solved. Let's keep that scrap for ourselves. Solaren has leveled up. 33% chance to obtain +1. Extra nukes when you do things. I think extra nukes is probably the best one. Alright, let's find our Cylon. Oh, I can't because things are expensive. God. Alright, I can't lose this much fleet health. So we're going to apply first aid. Then I'm going to get some civilian cargo. And then we gotta find the Cylon. We've got another crisis. Factory strike. R&D costs or extra damage taken for our squadrons. Does R&D cost just means we won't be able to do R&D costs, so we'll take the damage because I could solve that crisis potentially in the next sector. It just means we have to play very careful in this next battle. Her past checks out. Her medical records reveal that she is a Cylon. What's the problem, Commander? You're a Cylon. No, this can't be. The dream I keep having, the hum I hear over and over again. You can see she's genuinely confused, so what's next? You go into the brig until I know what to do with you. What I would like to do, let's see. True nature of a Cylon. Now here's the thing. The Cylon agent was dormant and acting against his own will. Expressed a desire to atone. Do we give it a chance? I'm thinking we might give it a chance. So we've got evasion, elite hunter. You're not going to be assigned to guns. See, full hit points at the 60 mark is actually really useful for a squadron. It basically means it's a get out of jail free card halfway through the battle in case we had a rough start. My Gazelle has leveled up. Whoa! A dorsal turret. Mid-range weapon that fires the nearest targets for the duration of the effect. That is super good. That's a legendary ability. Hell yes. So that's going to be really useful. You know what? I'm going to release the Cylon. Seek redemption. Ooh, we lose a lot until she proves herself. A converted Cylon. That is sick, dude. Need to prove themselves before. Resolve a risky situation with her. That'd be fun. That's pretty cool. We got a Cylon on board. I would like to improve my relationship with the workers. I'm willing to spend resources on this as well. I can't. Although we are now fair relationship with them, which is great. Okay, where do we stand? Got a hero action left. We could get some Tilium. We don't actually need it because we're only going to do so many jumps, but it could be useful in the next sector. Getting another ship could be good. We could always emergency beacon some Tilium. A Viper! Hey! I'm tempted to scrap it so we can get some upgrades. Alright, opportunity here from the workers' influence. Could potentially get a bunch of hull points. I don't know if I'm going to pay 100 scrap for 15% hull points. I don't think I need that. I think I'd rather use the scrap on something else. I would like the Gunstar to have more health. More weapon docks would be nice, but we don't really have weapons. I feel I should get the Gunstar health, especially because it also applies to squadrons. So that's like just a 45% more Gunstar hit points and squadron hull points. So that's a big deal. In addition, we do technically have 4 weapons available, but I'm probably going to put you... I'm going to put the Cylon on the nuke launcher. Oh no, what am I thinking? Alright, now I'm going to get this fuel. It's slightly more efficient to go for fuel than it is to emergency. We have another opportunity. Engine took a hit. The workers on the ship won't help. I think making the workers more powerful is fine, even if maintenance does take a ding. Let's... R&D lab, what can we do? There's nothing wrong with an extra weapon dock. I wouldn't mind my ships being faster every time a Gunstar weapon kills something. Let's go to 4 weapon docks. We do have the option to deploy all 4 of the weapons that we have now, which is good. Let's grab the scrap. Nah, I don't think it's worth it to grab the scrap. I think we'll just do some emergency harvests to have a tiny amount more supply. Alright, let's go in. I think everyone is assigned. We've done everything that we need to do. This is it. This is the second last battle before the big... Well, yeah, the big showdown is coming. It would be nice to have more nukes going into the next battle. There's also the potential of picking up another crew member on this side. The question is, do I want more nukes or do I want another crew member? There's a weapon here. Weapons and a nuke and a weapon here makes that a very, very difficult thing to pass up. Alright, we got the Cerberus class frigate. Let's make sure that we deploy the nuke launcher. This is not the final battle. This is the battle. This is the penultimate. The one that happens right before the final. So we do not want to fire nukes at this thing. Honestly, this thing only has 6,000 health. I think we could kill this if we really wanted to. We'll play around with the idea. We do want to kill the active defense turret if we can. It has 24 DPS, which is not ideal. Let's get into this defensive location while you shoot it. Kill the protectors. It would take, I don't know, it would take us too long to kill this guy, I think. We could potentially, I think. We have the setup to get a kill here. I'm going to fire off the repeating EM cannon, because that will do chip damage to the turrets. Let's drop a fat heal on you. Yeah, because the deployers getting hit is big. Plus, we actually outrange them sometimes. Make sure we kill that elite protector. It's the priority unit. Then we focus fire on the other stuff. Very important. Make sure we catch those incoming deployers so they can't be deployed. Let's drop the health of these two things in half. Okay, did not work. I need you to jump out of there. I pressed the wrong button. That was the poison button. I wasted a nuke. Let's do the repeating EM cannon. Heal the wolf of Battlestar Galactica. What is this, a fixer? Do not let that fixer do its job. Absolutely priority target. You're a little bit hurt. Can you activate your spinal gun? Oh, Jesus. They're hurting our ships. Don't let them do that. Okay, micromanagement. Drop this here. We have the missile en route. Big damage. We love to see it. EM cannon, please fire. Concerning. You have a heal in a couple of seconds. Very concerning. The current situation is worrisome. Do not let that deployer get through. Activate your dorsal turret. Our defense platforms are under attack. Do not. We need to kill the fixer above all else. You're a little bit hurt. We do have a heal for you. We'll drop that heal right there. Prioritize killing the fixer up on the north side. Heal and retreat. You're gonna jump. We'll fire a missile. I'm gonna undeploy you. I'm undeploying you. My wolf is staying in position because it does damage. Let's try to make sure we have the health of these nerds. "15 seconds is a long time." We're deploying out new ships. EM cannons make a difference. I think we're going to take some losses here. We're definitely losing the wolf. That's part of life. "4 seconds, let's undeploy. I'm just going to be ready to jump. Tank, 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 tank. Jump. Unwrecking the squadron would be great. Hadriana. Yeah, let's unwreck the wolf. Alright, here it is, Praying Commander. Give yourselves to the gods, your mind has been clouded. You better share that geeks bursts in. We have to raise the alarm, sir. Why? Draydus picked up the colonial gun star in the vicinity. Everybody's dead on board. No life, internal structure damage. There is one good way to die. Scout the wreckage. We need info on this. Give me a minute. No radiation safe to silence. We're not responsible. We reason to believe the ship was sabotaged. Sacrifice. Giving yourself to the gods. The words of the monk start to make sense to you. We're close. We better be ready. Aye, aye, Commander. So we are going to be... we do not get a crisis here. But we are going to be giving up a lot. The Testudan has leveled up. Ooh, +2 range every time I kill something in a battle is crazy. If you got that on artillery, it'd be really good. Restoring 20 hit points every 15 seconds is also incredibly good. I think I'll take that. That just makes this ship so incredibly tanky. It's a lot of health over the course of a battle. So I think we're going to go ahead and try to pick up this gun. Now, I want you to have the prepared ability. Humanitarian. Get this gun, find out what it is, and then that's going to decide whether or not what gun we put the Cylon on. EMP Storm. That's actually really good. Stunned units cannot move because she has the prepared ability, so we could fire that Cylon thing like the EMP Storm often. I'm going to put my nuke salvager on there. The troops aren't happy. Having 11 nukes with a 15-second cooldown is actually super good. Or do we want the big AoE? Well, the problem is the big AoE with this guy would make them actually harder to use. Stunning all enemy units on the battlefield, though, is insane. So I think that's what we're going to go for. I didn't realize that that thing stunned everyone. We need some Tilium. All right, the Underworld are going to help us out. We'll get a bunch of evasion. Beautiful. That's +9 evasion? 3 times 3 is 9. I'm going to sell the Structural Resonance Amplifier because I don't think it's very good. Make use of that scrap elsewhere, like buying more nukes. I think that's more or less it, though. We're just going to burn down the clock. So what's the difference between a rare Viper and a not rare Viper? So the rare Viper comes with the light explosive missile launcher, which is very good. Very strong. You know what? I think we're just going to harvest Tilium until the end here. The workers are helping. Extra hit points for our squads. It's an extra 15%. I think we will spend the extra thing here for the extra 15% as well. Just for the final battle. The workers are united. Well done, everybody. Good job. Okay. 3 more cycles. That's it. Oh, I wasted her action because I was trying to see if I could make it work. Whoops. We're not going to have the prepared modifier, but that's still good. Being able to stun the entire battlefield regularly. Draydus contact. Enemy base star. Let us begin. We are jumping to the Battlestar Galactica. The Hyperion base star has come to ruin our life. The minister, I'm sorry, my mind drifted for a moment. Reading extensively about mercy, my thoughts are often fixated on this notion. Divine punishment implies the existence of mercy. Our God wants you dead. Perhaps one day. No. Your annihilation must be total. Battle stations now. I like that you can turn Cylons. I like it. It's good. Let's deploy the EMP Storm. We've got all of our weapons ready. Let us begin. Heavy Raiders, Elite Strikers. Alright, get you on this. You get on the regular Raider. You get on the Heavy Raider. We've got some Elite Mine Droppers. This guy has the God Hand. Launch a huge salvo of exploding shots at the battlefield. Oh boy. Right, good job. Take that guy on. And then don't forget to use your dorsal turret. I wish I could like right click this to set it to auto cast. Ooh, that's a lot more damage than I would like you to be taking. Testudan, please heal him up. Go hunt down that guy. The mine layers need to be hunted down. Got a lot of nukes coming in, which I don't like. EMP Storm, stun the entire battlefield. Fire off the repeating EM cannon, that'll kill some of the nukes for us. Get out of that position, get out of that position. Do not let those elite snipers hit our base. There's an elite hacker on one of our guys. Firing a rocket off on the side here. Definitely don't want the elite border getting close. You just got stunned, which doesn't feel good. Deploy the battlefield stun again. I like that we get that every 20 seconds. Gives us time to do what we need to do. Dorsal turret, love it. Don't let the nukes through, please. They do so much damage. They're such high priorities. You're a little bit hurt. We can heal you again. Makes a difference. Let's fire off our EM pulses. Systems disruptor. I'm going to nuke that. Right now. I don't like that the Azure Walker's taking a lot of damage here. Do not get hit by this. I lost one of my squadrons. Damn it. Losing one this early is not good, especially when it was one of my good squadrons. Elite Fixer, Elite Protector. I'm going to move you out of this position so you can clear this. The explosive missile will do the work that we need it to. Drop the EMP. You need to get on this. Repeating EM cannon, please. Do not get hit. Do not get hit. Wolf has low hull, not good. Give him the heal. I've got a nuke incoming. I need you to kill this a little faster than that, please. Yeah, I know you're under attack. Fire a missile on him. Do not let them through. That's a lot of raiders. Might be considering the nuclear option here. I'll definitely be considering the stun option. FTL ready in 10 seconds. I think that means I gotta be ready to sacrifice myself again. Civilians jump out. Trade is indicating first ships have jumped. The gods want us to protect them, to be their bastion against the Cylons, and to die doing so. We stay behind. The Cylons must not reach the Galactica. I love this parallel narrative. It's so cool. Okay, what do we got here? We got elite boarders. Let's drop the repeating EM cannon. Oh yeah, we should be using the Cylon Flesh Melter for sure. Do not get hit by this. Do not get hit by this. It would be decisively terrible. Let's stun these guys. Fire a rocket at you. Alright, 44 seconds we need to survive. I think we can survive pretty comfortably in that time. Do not get hit by that. Get up in here. Dodge. We've got a Cylon nuke here that we need to stop. Get out of the range. Fire this. I'm gonna nuke here so we can get rid of that, because that'll be a problem if we don't clear it. Oh, they hit my nuke. I see. Okay. Good learning lesson there. Stun enemies. Shoot everything you got. Fire an explosive. Everyone's still healthy. We're looking clean. We do have some nukes being deployed, which I don't love. Redeploying to clear these. I've got a border coming in on the left, which I don't like. I'm firing a nuke down center. Do not let that nuke through. You need to get over here. Stun everyone. And make the ultimate sacrifice. Boom. Here we go. The heroic last moment of our Gunstar. Oh, dude, that's so epic. Our civilian fleet made it to the Battlestar Galactica. They have a chance. We sacrificed ourselves from them. I'm still getting Frisian every time this happens. Another fleet made it to the Battlestar Galactica. Hope grows and germinates. The word is spreading. Love it. Alright, we got a couple of level ups. We got some knowledge. Have 3 legendary abilities. We've unlocked radioactive bullets. We've unlocked propelled bullets. We've unlocked so much new content to explore here. We've got a dirty nuke launcher. We got a science vessel. Oh man, super awesome. Progress is progress. Yeah, we'll definitely be doing another run. I still want to do a run as the Vanguard. Now these guys are interesting because they deal extra damage when enemies are suffering from negative status effects like stun or radiation. So I'm very curious about this. What's super interesting about this is that the Erebus class Gunstar doesn't come with nuke launcher. We have not yet unlocked the Gorilla. I think in order to unlock this, we need to... I'm actually not sure. I'm not sure what we need to do. Yeah, we've unlocked a ridiculous amount of what this game has to offer, considering we've only completed 2 runs, only done 3. Okay, we gotta win 5 games to unlock the 4th ship type. There's some really cool content in here. Like you've got the legendary repair ships, you've got the armored ship, you've got the armed ship. We had that one. You've got the POI, adds an item POI, you gain Tillium every jump. That's crazy strong. Workshop, repair squadrons, medical ship, science vessel, medical ship. Then we've got the refinery ship. That's super powerful. A lot of really cool things in here. Seeing all these enemy ships we've unlocked. Something satisfying about just hovering over all this content that we've unlocked. Love it. Some really cool stuff going on in the content unlockables and things. Anyway, I think that's enough for a run. I want to thank you guys very much for watching. I love you all very much, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye!